welcome back. And if I want to ask you this questions, that if your visa says it is valid for 5 years, does it mean you are allowed to stay in that country for 5 years? I want you to think about it. Does it mean you can just stay there from the beginning of that year till next year? Or let's say that you received a visa valid from January 2026 to January 2031. Does that mean you have 5 years to remain inside the country? You can ask yourself that question. Does that mean you can be there for the full 5 years? Now, some might be surprised and some might not be surprised, because the answer is actually no. And this is where many travelers get confused, because there is a difference between when your visa is valid and how long you as a person is permitted to stay. So today we are breaking down the difference between your visa validity, your duration of stay, your entry date, your exit date. We'll be looking at the single entry and multiple entries. All of these have different meaning, but when you just felt my visa is for 5 years and you just felt you can stay for 5 years, a lot can actually happen, and it can affect your trip. It can affect any other trip after then if you do not understand all of the basic things about validity, your duration of stay, your expiry date, your exit date, single entry, and also multiple entry. So call everyone, as we will be dissecting this afternoon on the program Travel With Ease, your travel companion on radio on JDN Radio 101.5 FM.
See the world is smarter way. Open your mind, see the world with ease. And as you travel, travel with ease. Travel with ease, stress-free journeys. Your education, travel simplified. Travel with ease, knowledge me pissed off. See the world the smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know.
Yes, it's still the difference between the validity and your duration of stay. So if your visa validity refers to a period during which the visa itself is available for use and it's subject to the visa condition. So let me just use this example. So let's imagine you have a visa that is from 1st of January 2026 and valid until 1st of January 2027. So when you have that kind of visa, there are still some other things that would be attached to that visa. Yes, there will be some things that are attached to that visa. So when we are talking about a visa validity period does not automatically equals the amount of time you are permitted to remain in the country. Your visa validity period is not automatically your permanent length of stay. The distinction is really critical, and that is why we are talking about it today. So you'll be asking yourself this question: what is duration of stay? What is duration of stay? Now, suppose someone has a visa valid for 5 years, but the visa allows a maximum stay of 90 days per visit. Now, you'll be asking yourself the question: does the person have permission to remain for 5 years? You will be asking yourself that question, and I will be answering that depending on the conditions that comes with your visa. There are some visas that are single entry. There are some visas that are multiple entry. So all of these are what we will be discussing today. So if you have a visa around you, you can just open it and check. Or you are thinking of traveling, you need to know all of this beforehand, so you would get enough knowledge about it, and you don't just say my visa is 5 years, so I'm going to just go there, pack my bags, and stay for the whole of that 5 years.
Education and travel simplified. Travel with ease. Knowledge makes you small free. See the world the smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learning and travel side by side each day. Oh, travel with ease. Let it right.
So what I just said right now is that if you have a visa that is valid for 5 years, but the visa allows a minimum stay of 90 days per visit, the question I was now thinking you will be asking yourself right now is, does the person have the permission to remain for 5 years? Now, the 5 years that you see on that visa refers to the visa validity, that you have a visa and it's valid for 5 years. The 90 days refers to the permitted stay under the application condition. We have some people that they have their visa for 2 years and they are given 180 days. Some will come with single entry and some will come with a multiple entry. So the days and the validity of the visa is also very important. So I want you to listen to this, that validity tells you about the visa period of use. Why duration of stay tells you how long you are permitted to remain during a visit. Validity tells you about the visa's period of use. And duration of stay tells you how long you are permitted to remain during a visit. But there's another important thing you need to know. It depends on what you are doing there that will determine the how long you are going to stay. And it is not always written directly on your visa. Yes, it is not always written directly on your visa. And that is why many people do not pay attention. So the moment they say 180 days or they see some other days, they will not actually read further some other information that are included. And so we will be telling you all of that on this program, Travel With This. So let's take a moment.
Well, the smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learning and travel side by side each day. Travel with ease, plan it right. Education and travel simplified. Travel with ease, day or night. Your trusted voice on radio. Yeah. With Abio Don Samson on the mic. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. On JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Every with peace, their education and travel simple. Travel with ease, stress-free journey. Your education and travel simplified. Travel with ease, knowledge needs to stop. See the world the smarter way.
Now imagine you enter a country on the 10th of December and you're permitted to stay for 30 days. Your permitted stay might extend beyond your visa expiring date at times. So it depends on the country you are going, it depends on their rules and conditions that is attached to your admission. And this is why I am talking about this, because travelers do assume that it is 6 month visa does not mean it is 6 months stay or they can just stay for a whole 6 months. So what people need to understand, those that are planning to travel and those that feel that I want to know more about traveling, is that when your visa, you need to understand that when your visa becomes valid, number one, when it expires, number two, how many entries is permitted, number three, how long you are permitted to stay, and any additional condition attached to the visa, or if it's for admission, is it for tourists or anything you need to know. So the next thing I will be talking about right now is the single entry and the multiple entry. A lot of people do not know. Some people are familiar with multiple entry, but there's a difference between single entry and multiple entry. So when a person receive a multiple entry that is valid for 2 years, let's use that as an example. A person receive a multiple entry visa that is valid for 2 years. It does not mean that the person can stay continuously for 2 years. That is what I want to clarify. It does not mean you can stay there continuously for 2 years. Now, when we are talking about multiple entries, it relates to the number of times you are permitted to seek entry during the visa validity. Do you get that? Multiple entry relates to the number of times you are permitted to seek entry during the visa validity, and it is subject to the condition of that visa and the country's immigration rules. Yes, it might be 10 years, it might be 10 years visa, it might be multiple entry, but multiple entry is telling you that the number of times you are permitted to seek entry during the visa validity period. And then you still need to respect the permit duration of each stay. So if you are going, it should be calculated, and you should make sure you read rules and regulations of different countries that you will be traveling to. So right now, let's go for a commercial break. When I come back, I will continue with the single entry.
You are listening to JDN 101.5 FM. Broadcasting for all.
Are you ready for an experience like no other? Visit the all-new Kakamfo Inn and Conference Center, completely transformed. Our newly renovated rooms and elegant halls are designed for your ultimate comfort. Host your grand event in the largest, coolest hall in southwest Nigeria, the majestic, newly upgraded Lekoare Hall, sitting 2,500 guests, equipped with brand new air conditioners. You can also keep fit in a state-of-the-art, newly renovated gym, unwind at our vibrant bar, refresh in our indoor pool, or pamper yourself with rejuvenating spa services. Be it business or a blissful getaway, Kakamfo Inn delivers exceptional service in a truly refreshed setting. Located at number 1 Ninola Street, off Joyce B Road, Ibadan. Don't just visit Ibadan. Experience its finest in newly renovated style. Call Kakamfo Inn and Conference Center now at 0705-582-8309. Kakamfo Inn and Conference Center. Your stunning, newly renovated escape awaits.
What if your child came home top of their class, confident, and already building a skills for the future? That's what Top Mount Schools delivers. From crack to secondary, your child gets the attention, structure, and support they need to succeed. And for busy parents, our boarding program keeps your child focused, supervised, and never falling behind while you focus and work. Admissions are now open into crèche, nursery, primary, and secondary with full burden facilities. Top Mount Schools offers tutorial classes for WAEC and NECO. We handle structure, we help shape their future. Admissions are now open and spaces are filling fast. Call 0703-209-1405, 0703-209-1405, or visit topmountschools.ng.com. Located at Zenith Estate, Ojuaro, Olondaba, Akobo, Ibadan. Top Mount Schools, empowering minds, shaping futures.
Luxury on another level, fine destination, everything top level.
Discover the ultimate in comfort and class at Bon Hotel, Cabo, Ibadan's finest luxury destination, located on Labanji Ayola Street, New Bodija, Ibadan. Whether it's a premium room or fully serviced apartment, Bon Hotel, Cabo, New Bodija is your true home away from home. Enjoy our world-class amenities. Dual swimming pool with kids safety jackets, a conference hall, meeting room, a private bar, and a lively karaoke to vibe and unwind. Bon Hotel, Cabo, New Bodija is more than a stay. It is an experience designed for your comfort and relaxation. Don't just visit Ibadan. Book your stay now. Call 091-5500-4800. That is 091-5500-4800. Bon Hotel, Cabo, New Bodija. Your world-class experience awaits.
JDN Radio 101.5 FM, broadcasting for all.
Open your mind, see the world with ease. Learn as you travel, travel with peace. Travel with ease.
Welcome back. It's still Travel with Ease on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. So today we are looking at visa validity and your duration of stay. We are trying to clear the difference between them. So before we go on break, I was saying something about multiple entry. And I said multiple entry relates to the number of times you're permitted to seek entry during the visa validity that is subject to the condition of that visa and the country's immigration rules. And when we are talking about single entry, if your visa permits one entry and you use it to enter the country, what happens? That means when you are going back the next time, you would need a visa before returning, depending on the country rules. So that is the difference between multiple entry and single entry. So if you have a single entry, that means once you use it, you are actually going to need to apply for another visa to get in. So when you have a multiple visa, you can get in as many times depending on the conditions surrounding whatever you want to do in that country. And all of these I'm saying is subjected to the immigration rules of that particular countries that you are going. So you might be thinking that what if the entry, the validity, the duration are separate? Now for those that have gotten visas, there are some countries that strictly they will write it if it's a UK visa, it is they don't write months. I think it's one, they put either it's 180 days. I think 180 days should be kind of 6 months. 3 times 6 is 18. 180 days. So you calculate it, but there are some other information on the line there. The days will be bold, and there are some other things that will be written under to let you know the rules that applies. There are some people, they get that and they will tell them, they will specify some things that during that period you just go there for tourists. You're not allowed to do any work and any other thing. Everything is stated there. They just know that you are coming to their country to make their country better. So if you have a visa, try to study it, or you have people that are traveling and you are planning to in the nearest future, it is always good. So most importantly that I would tell you this afternoon is that a visa, as we see it will allow you to seek entry, that it will help you seek admission to a subjected place. Let's say it will help you, it will allow you to seek entry to a particular country. So if you are going on admission on tourist or anything, that is now subjected to the immigration laws and the border procedure of the destination country. Now, depending on the country, the whatever that is being authorized would be also goes with your own visa. So when you are getting your visa, it is not the end of the process. You still need to comply with the condition that is attached to your visa. You need to comply with it, and it is very, very important. Now let me give you some few pointers about what mistake travelers make when it comes to these visa permits and also the duration period. Now, one of the mistake number one people make is that they believe that they have 5-year visa, so they can live there for 5 years. It is very wrong. You need to look at the visa. Look at the terms and conditions that comes with the visa. Look at the rules and regulations that come with this visa. If it is for a particular country, you need to check. Like I do say that for you to get more information about the country you are going to, they always have an official website. So from there, you can always get your details and get everything right. Another few pointers that people made mistakes about that I would want to correct before I wrap it up this afternoon, though we are going to continue next week because there are still some things I have not touched concerning that, is that they might think my visa expires next month, so I must leave next month. Yeah, some people would think that it's expiring next month, so let me quickly leave and use it. It is not necessarily that it is right, because you need to check your authorized period to stay, and if it's possible that that period your validity is exhausted, it might not actually work out. Yes, so I said it depends on the immigration rules of that particular country. So if your visa still has a permit on it to enter that country, but whatever you're trying to do there, you don't have enough duration to stay, it might not actually go through. So the last one I will be picking is that I have multiple entries, so I can stay as long as I want. And that one is actually wrong. The fact that you have a multiple visa, multiple entry comes with some rules and regulations depending on the country that you are going to. Like, see, as I'm saying it, depending on the country. Canada have their rules, US have their rules, UK have their rules. Every country have their rules and regulation, and Nigeria itself has its own rules. Yes, applying for our own visa over there, it's not really easy. People can actually tell you that getting to Nigeria, getting Nigerian visa, it's not actually as easy as we think. So I will be wrapping it up this afternoon on Travel With Is, your travel companion on radio, on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. I remain Abiodun Samson till I come your way next week, Wednesday, as we answer questions that will be coming in via WhatsApp. You can send your WhatsApp message to 091 320 69135. 091-320-69135. You can send your WhatsApp message there, and I'll be willing to answer them by next week. So I remain Abiodun Samson. Up next is sports, and after sports is Ilera Loro. We'll be talking about your health, so do not take it away. Oriade Peter will be coming up shortly.